Hi guys, it is so good to speak to you from this brand spanking new video platform. For those of you who've been receiving our JAC newsletters and emails for a while now, but haven't ever actually known who I am, hello, my name is Suo Huang. I am the director of JAC here at Metro, and yes, I do exist in the flesh and bone. I am not just an email address off in cyberspace. So, hi, nice to meet you. Please come say hi to me on Sundays now that you know what I look like. So I'm sure many of you at this point are wondering, what exactly is the purpose of this video that I am watching? Well, we are very excited to let you know that starting this month, in addition to the written version of our monthly newsletter, we will also be including a video version. This is really for those of you who don't like to read through dense newsletters, maybe prefer something more visual, but you still want to stay in the loop with everything that's going on in JAC, which I don't blame you. We have a lot of exciting things happening. Of course, the other bonus of a video newsletter is that you can play my beautiful voice in the background as background noise while you go about your regular day, Facebooking, pretending to work. Don't think Jesus doesn't see you, because he does. So, without further ado, here are a few of the very exciting opportunities that we have coming up. As most of you know by now, Michael Hong has been leading a few of us to the East Jersey State Prison in Rahway, New Jersey for about a year now, and we've been attending their quarterly worship services in the chapel. Sidebar, for those of you who don't know who Michael Hong is, he is that really cool looking guy with like the spiky, crazy gray hair and really tight jeans with the chains that he wears sometimes. Anyways, so our partnership really began with just attending the services as guests, but in the past year, it's really blossomed into something else, with our very own Gloria Fanchiang leading the praise and worship time, and Pastor Peter even preaching a sermon there. So we're very excited to see where it goes. And our next service is scheduled for Sunday, November 8th, and everybody is welcome, but please do note, you do have to have received clearance from the prison to be a part of the worship event. So if you want more information or you want to get clearance, please email me. You can find my email address at the bottom of the newsletter. Another event we have coming up is part 2 of our Trafficking in Inglewood workshop, which is in partnership with Restore NYC. Restore is an organization that we've been working with for years now, and I know many of us are familiar with the issue of trafficking from hearing about it on the news or at our church. But what may be surprising to some of you is that trafficking is happening much closer than you may even realize. For example, did you know that there are illicit massage parlors in Inglewood and Demarest and Tenafly? So join Restore NYC on Tuesday, October 13th from 7:30 to 8:30 to brainstorm ways to combat trafficking right here in our neighborhood. Susie Chun-Turley, the Director of Strategy and Development at Restore, will be there to facilitate our meeting. Please note this is part 2 of our Trafficking in Inglewood workshop, which took place back in August, but it is not mandatory for you to have attended the last meeting to attend this upcoming one. So again, for more information, just click on the link below or shoot me an email. So most of you, if you've been coming to services for the past few weeks, you know that underground groups are up and running full throttle. JAC is super excited to be part of this very amazing movement, and Rich Huang and I will be co-leading our JAC-focused underground group every Thursday at Pastor Peter's house in Leonia, New Jersey from 7 to 9 p.m. We'll be meeting for 10 consecutive weeks for a time of worship, community, and study. We're reading through Tim Keller's awesome book, Generous Justice. So if you are interested in joining us, please shoot me an email. I'll get you plugged right in. And lastly, please save the date on Sunday, November 1st for our monthly worship service at the Actors Fund Nursing Home, which of course is right here in Inglewood. We'll be joining the residents at the nursing home for a time of worship and fellowship from 2 to 3 p.m. And please, parents, if you have children, maybe non-parents, if you want to kidnap some children and have them join us. I know sometimes we don't want to bring our kids to places, but especially places like services, because sometimes they get a little animated and they get noisy. But I promise you, the residents absolutely love it, and they love to see life outside of the facility. So please don't worry, bring your kids down. I'll be bringing both of mine. So that is it for our announcements, but don't go anywhere just yet because we have a special guest coming up right after this crazy graphic that Tim is putting in. So welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining me again. So we do have a special guest today, as I promised, but before we get into that, I just wanted to introduce this corner that we're doing. Basically, this is a feature called JAC Highlights, and you know, JAC is a little bit different from other ministries because other ministries, I think you see the same volunteers week to week, but for JAC, our volunteer base changes every event that we do, so you don't really get a chance to know somebody on more of an intimate level. So I thought this would be great to introduce one person a month who's been a JAC volunteer, so you guys get to know a little bit more about him or her, and you know, when you see them on Sundays, you can go and say hi. So today, our special guest is, drumroll, Danielle Josie. Yay! And she paid me $10 to make sure I say that she's our JAC volunteer of the entire month of October, and she will get a special star at the end of this that she can stick in our car and show off to everyone. So welcome, Danielle. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
So why don't we start off with you sharing a little bit about who you are. Obviously, they know your name, but what else can you share about yourself? Where do you live? How long have you been coming to Metro? Okay. What is your favorite condiment?
Oh, okay. I like mustard. I'm from Teaneck. I live in Dumont. I've been coming to Metro for almost 2 years now, and I love JAC and I love Metro.
Well, that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about how you got involved with JAC.
Well, you stalked me for one.
I do that to a lot of people. You were just one of my many praise.
No, but I've always wanted to get more involved in volunteering, and it's always been something on my heart. So when I saw it in the bulletin, I just thought it was perfect. I like just interacting with different people from different backgrounds and cultures, and I just feel like volunteering gives you that opportunity, and I just feel like life is more than about yourself.
See, this is why she's our star volunteer of the month, you guys. She's got all the good answers. So now that we're talking about JAC, we'd like to hear what are some of the events that you've been participating in JAC at Metro?
I've done Bergen Promise, quite a few. I've done Restore.
Tell us about that. What is Bergen Family Promise?
Bergen Family Promise is basically with Presbyterian Church, and we kind of either cook for the families or just interact with the families some type of way where we order food and we just kind of spend the night with the families and just give them some company, some food, play with the kids, and it's really good.
Great.
I like it.
Any other events that come to mind?
Restore. I think Restore is awesome. For women, sex trafficking. I think that's a pretty awesome event, which is also kind of like an eye-opener because to realize that it was this close, right in Bergen County, we have so much sex trafficking. So it was really good to get involved with that as well.
Great. And so I know because I am the director of JAC, I know that Danielle's been serving a lot with us. So out of all of the different events that you've done, if you had to pick one, I know this might be difficult for you, but if you had to pick one event that is most memorable, which one would you pick?
I would say, do you remember that event for Bergen Promise and the little boy promised to buy me a Maybach?
I do remember. I remember how excited you were.
This little boy, he was so adorable and he had a crush on me. It was so cute. And he said when he gets rich, he's going to come back and buy me a Maybach. So I'm going to be looking for you, young man. No, but I just, Bergen Promise, I would say it's always like really close to heart for me just because it's women. They're families, but I always connect with the women who are just going through different things in life, and it just shows you that we're the same because we're women and we all go through the same things in life. We're just at different ends of life. So it's really good.
Just to clarify, so Bergen Family Promise is a organization that caters to homeless families. So in case you were wondering, and Danielle has been serving, I think, at least 2 rotations with us with Family Promise. So more than that, yeah, sorry, I'm not remembering.
She's taking my shine away.
I apologize. Okay, so next question is, and this is a very holy question, so if you guys weren't paying attention, this is the time to pay attention. What is one thing about God that you have learned through your participation in our amazing JAC ministry?
Like I said before, I just think that life is more than just about yourself. And it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Also about getting us to buy you Maybachs. All right, well, I guess to close up, is there anything that you would like to share? I mean, this is a video that's going out to everybody on the JAC mailing list, which is like 300 people. So is there anything, you have a captive audience here. If there's anything you'd like to share to our fellow Metro congregation attendees?
I would say get up and get involved. JAC is awesome. Do something for someone other than yourself. It's not all about you. Don't just come to church on Sundays and just sit there. Get involved.
And on that very positive note, this is a wrap for our October JAC video newsletter. Thank you for joining us. We will see you guys in November.